In this recording, we'll take a look at how we actually machine out with the profile operation this edge over here, and the same thing on its flip side. We'll start another operation with profile, and this time when we choose a geometry, we just want to have this one line over here. So I will get rid of tangent propagation and constant z, and I'll just click on this one line over here. That's all I want. I'll just click on accept. I can add the other one just by simply going to the other side, clicking on this line over here, accept that, and now I have to change for this geometry, and accept that. Now let's go into tool. In this particular case, I will on purpose use a smaller tool that does not cover this entire surface. So I'll create a new tool, and this time I'm going to create a 10 millimeter end mill, and I'm not going to create a holder or anything else like that right now. I just want to show exactly what happens when I use a smaller tool. I'll accept that. My levels, my upper level being the top of the part, and my lower level being this step over here. In my technology, I'm going to have a rough, go down every 5 millimeters, 0.15 for the floor offset, wall offset at 0.3, and I'm not going to touch anything else. I don't want to even have a finish right now. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. And in my links, I'm just going to leave it at my default lead in and lead out. Let's do save and calculate and run my simulation. Now, as expected, when it goes down, you'll see it'll go in and it's leaving this material over here. It's not cleaning up the whole material. And that is because that particular tool is not wide enough to cover that entire area. As that area, if we take a look at the part, is a total width of 12.5 millimeters. So the way we deal with that and working with a smaller tool is as follows. We'll go back to our technology page, and we have the option called clear offset. What clear offset does is that it takes that geometry, starts working further away according to a defined distance, and then steps over each time towards the actual geometry itself. So I'm going to have an offset of, say, 5 millimeters, and then the step over, I'm going to have that also as 5 millimeters. Now, when I do save and calculate, you'll note that the step over changes to 4.7 because it takes the wall offset of 0.3 into account. Simulate the part. This time, when it works on the part, you'll see that it's working from the outside and then works its way in towards the middle. Again, outside, in. And it works that way down the entire part. Let's finish this off all the way down. And you can see that it's working its way in to finish that part. You can also see that it's working on the other side as well. Now, let's take a look now at both of the operations that I did. And you may say to yourself, you know what, I did this first operation. Let me do the simulation. And you know what, I'd rather have this particular part machined first on the outside and then doing this step. Because as you can see, this material over here is being left over. To change the order of operations is very simple. I can grab the first operation, hold my mouse down, and then drag it past the second one, changing the order. So this time, my outside is first, and then I have my second. Let's take a look at the simulation on both the operations together, and you'll see now it does the first one on the outside, and then does the inside. This concludes our recordings in this series of profile operation.